Back guys, this is Nifty Trading Ideas for the week starting 11th May from niftyoptionideas.com. The week started with the news of highest level of job losses in US, steep increase in India government borrowing, and RIL getting thumbs up from global investors, and ICICI Bank managing a decent result. The steep increase in India government borrowing is going to raise the fiscal deficit from 4.5% to 5.3%. Now, we do not know how the rating agencies are going to react to this. They have been saying that India does not have fiscal room for a bigger stimulus. So, in case if they are coming out with a negative update, then the markets can react badly, especially the bond and Indian rupee markets. The highest level of job losses in US in the history is actually calling for even more stimulus, and the market expectations are rising for a negative interest rate in US. There are chorus of more and more stimulus, not only in developed markets but also in emerging markets. On the upside for India, RIL got thumbs up from global investors. RIL Reliance Jio got new investors almost on daily basis. That will help it to reduce RIL's debt. And ICICI Bank managed a decent result in spite of taking $100 million hit in one of its Singapore oil trading account. So, the risks are evenly balanced for this week. It all depends on how rating agencies are going to react to the government's higher borrowing program. So, let's see what happened to the last week's ideas that we discussed. First, we discussed a sectoral index, FMCG. The idea was it will go down to 26,000, and what happened was it actually went down and hit 25,980 before bouncing off a little bit on last Friday. That is a well done idea. The next one is Hindustan Lever Limited. The idea was that it could go down and test 2000 levels. It actually went down and hit 1900 in the week and bounced off a little bit on last Friday. Nice work as well. The second stock idea was ITC. I expected to go down to 150 levels. It went down up to the level of 157. That's not bad. The last one was the Reliance. I expected it to go down and retest 1250 levels because of the bad result. However, Reliance continued its up move. That was a misfire. But still, 3 out of 4 ideas worked. That is 75% of the ideas worked. So, before going into this week's ideas, I want to say something about implied volatility. This is India VIX index, basically about implied volatility of the Nifty. ATR, average true range, during the month of November, December, January and February was very low at these levels. After Corona panic increased the volatility manyfold, it settled at the levels of 7 and 7.5. What basically this tells us is that the volatility was very low with a narrow daily range. Then after the volatility rose, the daily range also increased. Look at the long tails here, long tails. What it tells us is that even during the day, the volatility, implied volatility is fluctuating by 5, 10, 8%, which is causing a trouble for options traders, both for buyers and sellers. For example, if option buyer is going to buy the options when index volatility was, implied volatility was high, then he could see the options losing value, although the underlying remains stable because of these volatility fluctuations intraday. This is something volatility traders need to keep it in their mind. The volatility based spreads such as calendar, diagonals are more susceptible to volatility changes. There are certain spreads such as vertical spreads which basically blunt these volatility swings because the vertical spreads have both buy and sell legs on the same underlying for the same expiry. That protects the trader to some extent. So let's move on to see what's in store for this week. This is Nifty Daily chart. The chart is on sideways roll for quite some time, except for one day where on 30th April where the index was trying to break out and reached the upper levels of the bull channel. I don't see any divergence in my directional indicator. Another my custom indicator which tells me about the momentum is pointing towards 0, which basically means the momentum is falling. So I won't be surprised if index Nifty is throwing couple of more sideways candle during the week. So what I'm going to do, my plan is to wait for the index to move in either direction and show a clear direction. That is a plan for this week. But there is one sectoral index which is showing a little bit of life, that is pharma index. The pharma index, after moving up, is showing a little momentum and direction in my indicators. So within pharma, Dr. Reddy's lab has broken out of bull flag and is showing a little bit of momentum in my directional and momentum indicators. But the caveat is I will go long on Dr. Reddy only if Nifty breaks out of range and starts moving upwards. Another stock in pharma index is Sun Pharmaceuticals. This is showing similar price action to that of Dr. Reddy's and pharma index. A bit of momentum and direction. So that's all, folks, for this week. Please subscribe to the channel and visit niftyoptionideas.com and read the disclaimer carefully. This video is for educational purpose only. Thank you and see you again next week.